Oh, we are live. Hello. Having some issues getting this thing started, so let me jump to this real quick. Get this all set up here. Hadn't streamed from this one program here in quite some time, so I just want to make sure everything is correct here before I get things up and going. Make sure I get everything ticked off. Yep, done there. Okay. Been a while. I've been working on trying to get this program set up to stream. It's been a struggle, but I thought I'd cover some Bitcoin here real quick. People are asking why I come up with these numbers. So let me grab this link here, share it with the 24/7 stream. Let everybody over there know. So get that in there. So be patient with me here. Takes a little time to get things up and going sometimes. There, now I can pay attention to chat. And the reason I'm having to reset everything up and redo this whole thing is I'm sitting here with 4 monitors in front of me, and the 3 I got in front of me is synchronized as one monitor. So I have to cut and stretch the stream to make it all look like one monitor on your end. And then all the other screens over here I can use for the stream itself. So give it a moment here for maybe a person or two to show up into the stream. So good to see everybody. Yeah, there's a lot of people calling the $1 million mark here and there. 20, 30 price. Yeah, we are pumping, Ray J, but I have a little concern here at the 19,427.5. Let's call it 427. Right here, I think it's going to be tricky if we get past this or get rejected. If we can get past the 427 and get it to about 440 and come back and retest to 427, we could see it go to 20,980. And that's the 200 EMA. That right there would be the point of either rejection or further movement. But first, we got to get past the 427. Today is Friday the 13th. So be cautious from the Friday pumps. As you can see here, the stock's RSI has been maxed out now at 100% since January 8th. Today's the 13th, so last 5 days, the stock's RSI has been pretty much hammered up, which it can stay up there for a little while, but it creates a lot of pressure. And the MACD is still on the rise up. See, it's almost at 392.9%. Maybe a little higher than that. Yeah, 143.50. So it's getting pretty maxed out here. I mean, I can see it, hitting here, bouncing down before it tries to go up to cool this down and maybe get the stock's RSI to come down a little bit so it can give another little pump. I'm not saying that we're going to get a huge pump here, but I'm not calling it out from being a pump. I still don't think the 20,000 is out of range. I think it could be possible. But We got to get past this 427 mark. I mean, here we have the, what is this? Figure out this number here. That one in the green is the 50 EMA up here. And this is the 100 EMA right here, the white one. Nope, let's take it back. That's the green one up here is the 25 LSMA at the top up here. I had to find my color. I got so much stuff going on this chart here, and I haven't charted live in a while, so I have to call these out for what they are. I have not refreshed myself on everything, so I'm having to refer back to my charts that I have on the left here. I apologize, but you never know. 23,504. It looks like the right trajectory. This is a trajectory here, but it is Friday. You know, the other day I charted a little bit here. I'll blow this up for you. I drew this line right here, and I said Bitcoin, because that's where the red was coming down to the January 10th day. And I said if we get up here, we might get rejected. And we did. It went through it, came back down, got rejected. The next daily candle came out, bottomed out below it, and then went through it. So it's kind of like a retest. So I went through, retested, bounced back up. So that's why we're getting a pump off that, because we had the information from the feds on the 10th. I couldn't remember what this white line was and why I had it there for a while. And then when I heard another YouTuber said something about the feds, it's like, oh, that's probably why I marked it. Because I marked it I think about a month ago. And so I would just keep an eye on this right here. You know, a lot of people are calling. You know, I remember back when everybody was saying, "Oh, the bottom's in, the bottom's in." It's back here at 17,600. I think there was probably, I don't know, a handful of YouTubers saying 17,600, the bottom's in. I called it. We're going back up, and I kept saying, no, 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 I don't agree. Even though it was going all the way up, and it ran all the way up here to what, 25,194. I kept saying, nope, we're still in a bear market. We're still in a bear market, and I got a lot of flack for it. So I just kind of said, screw it. Kind of quit streaming for a little bit, or giving my opinions for a little bit. And then we dove back down here below it. We broke it right here and came on down. And I kept saying this red was going to come into play. And I've been saying that for the longest time, that this right here is a lot of liquidity. And I don't think Bitcoin is going to run off and leave all that liquidity there without coming down and attacking it. And it did. We came down here. We attacked it to about 60% of it. We got down to 15,474. And now a lot of people are saying, I think the bottom's in, we're going up. And I'm not going to call it a bull market yet, because I still think we're going to get this run up here, whether it be to 19,000, 20,900, or possibly up to 23,000. But I still think we're going to come down here and retest, get some of this here, possibly test into the 13,000 area. I am not going to call this 13,000 out and say it's not in play. I'm sticking to my guns, and I still think Bitcoin will reattack 13,773 or a little bit lower before we get into a big full-blown bull market. That's just my opinion. And it has been my opinion from the beginning of all this, from when we first started diving down way up here, when I took my big short from up here at 39,000, 39,995 is where I took my big short. And I've been saying we've been in a bear market ever since, and I'm not changing my mind yet, because there is a little bit of liquidity down here in the gold. That's around 7,000 to 6,000. I don't think we see that. We're no longer following this channel line down through here. I know it's a mess for you guys to see online right now. I'll expand this out. But we still have this channel here that we keep coming back to. I mean, we blew through it, came back out, ran into it a little bit, blew out of it, and we retraced to it here. Blew out of it, retraced to it. Blew out of it, ran it down. We're out of it there. Boom, right back into that channel. We come here, we're running it down, we're out of it. We got this nice little spike here. I still think we could come back. I don't say we retest this channel, but I think we'll get close to hitting that 13,000. If we retest this channel, I mean, shoes, that'd put us way down here, close to 8,000. And I know some people are calling for 7,000, 8,000. Is it possible? Could we retest this channel one more time? Anything's possible. But I'm going to stick with my 13,773 as being somewhat to the bottom, between there and 11,785. Because this is all liquidity right in this little dark area zone. So I'm going to stick to my guns on this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's just my opinion on what I've been reading on the charts. And if people want to ridicule me and say, oh, you're wrong, go for it. I've taken enough heat. I'm getting pretty thick skin. I don't care anymore. But my opinion is this is just a fake pump. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of alts are going with it. And it's really nice to see some of these alts pump, getting some excitement rolling back into crypto, getting people buying some altcoins. And so I think it's just the preparation of getting people from the down moment of being depressed and oh, it's over with, it's going to zero and blah, blah, blah. I think this is going to be a little hype point to get people somewhat excited, like, oh yeah, I'm getting ready for this. I can't wait. It's part of the game. Don't hate the players, hate the game. I love the game. It's just, it takes forever to be patient and have to wait for the bear market to do what it's got to do to get back in the bull market. And this is my third cycle of doing this, and it does suck. But what people got to learn to these cycles is when you start recognizing the top of a bull market and you get your first big drop signal, like we did way back here when it was up here, right there was our top, 48,000. I think that was our top. Nope, we're up here at 60,000. I knew we were at 60,000 somewhere. There we go. 68,900. When we had our first drop down here and came back up, that was our first signal right there. Boom, boom. There's your first signal of, oh, we're going into a bull market. So a lot of people at 48,000 should have been moving a lot of their stuff into USDT, Tether, Cash, whatever. And maybe, that would have been your 50-50 chance of saying, let's put 50% into liquidation cash. Let's leave the rest ride. And then we had the big mess right here. Boom. Big solid crash down to 17,000. That's when a lot of people got scared on the way down to here and started selling. And they're like, oh, I'm losing my butt. I'm losing money. Crypto sucks. I'll never get back into it. That's when the fear gets in there. And that's the wrong time to sell. I mean, once you miss this sell point here and you start selling off down here, I mean, it's not too bad because a lot of your alts took their major hit. You could have got out and waited for it to get down here and then picked your alts back up. You're not gaining value as in your currency. But if you had 1,000 tokens up here and you got out of it, and down here you picked them back up, and now you got 2,500 tokens or 2,000 tokens, you still have the same currency value, but you have more crypto. And all you're waiting for now is this to turn back up and come up. And as it comes up past this point where you sold, your currency value will now double. So a lot of people lose hope because they see this and they're like, okay, it's pumping. It's getting there. I'm starting to see a little recovery. I'm still at a loss. And this is going to go up and get rejected and turn around and come back down. And then they're going to, it's like blowing a balloon up and it getting away and shrinking on you again. So yeah, it gets frustrating. But patience, I'll stress that, patience is the key to this game. And I'm not talking 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Sometimes it takes 6 months to 8 months of patience. And he who is patient will reap the rewards. And I've taken a lot of my funds and stuck them into the Atom system, and I've been staking. And even though I'm watching my value shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink from a 5-digit value to a 3-digit value, but I'm watching my accumulations because I'm staking and I'm growing and I'm growing and I'm growing. And as I see these little pumps, it's like I'm seeing it go from a 3 to 4 digit, just boom, overnight and back down. It's like it's breathing. And so you just gotta be patient. That's all this is about, is patience. I did pick up a little bit of SHIB the other day. I got it marked here on my little golden line. And if you guys remember, a while back, a year or so ago, I did get into Shiba. Yeah, I can't even talk this morning, but I bought SHIB at 630. Way back when it was cheap. Is it showing here? I bought it way back down here when it was like 630, 6 something right here. And it had this big blow up here. And it went all the way up. I didn't sell at the top, but I did sell somewhere right around 6,000 here. And I made a hefty profit. And it came down and I bought some more. And it pumped a little bit more and I sold it. And I haven't been in it since. But this is the opportunity again. This is your 630 opportunity again. I mean, granted, it's at 959. I didn't buy a ton. I think I bought 50, maybe $100 worth. But what was my number? I bought it at 941. I mean, come on. If it gets another pump, goes up. I mean, it's got a lot of followers. It's got a lot of hype. If it gets another pump up here to, 3, 4, 5,000 again, that's a nice little hefty profit. I don't care what the name of the coin is. Follow the followers. Follow the hype. This gets a nice hype, gets a nice pump. I want to take advantage of it. Why not? Right? So I'm just covering some of the stuff I have on hand. True, I bought a little bit of True. Got some of that right back here around 300. It's at 325. I'm not making a huge profit on it. And a lot of this stuff that I'm showing right now, I think I picked up like $50 here, $25 here. DNT I picked up a little bit the other day. It's currently at a little bit of a loss. No big deal. DNT's got a huge pump with it. It does pump quick and fall back down. I think that will go back up to the 8, 9, 10 cent range where it was before. I did grab a little bit of RIN. I always hold some BNB. XRP, I've been slowly buying XRP. I am not buying that. I have that in my MetaMask wallet. But the one I did grab the most of the other day was whacked down in here around 300. I bought a shitload of XYO. If a lot of you guys remember, when I first launched this channel almost a year and a half ago, we had a gentleman that kept saying, buy XYO, buy XYO. It's going to 5 cents. It's going to 10 cents. And nobody bought it. It did go to what, 4.5, 5 cents? I mean, it's at 0.007. I bought it at 0.003 something. I think I have 160,000 or 16 million XYO. I don't know. I just bought a crap load of it. And I've been charted a little bit. It's been following this line pretty good. It blew up, went up to here, came back down. We're on got the nice little pump back off. I can't even think of my numbers here, but 100 moving average is what it pumped off of. And it's back up here, back in this little zone. And that's the trade zone. Here's support, and this is all resistance. We got to break this little golden zone that I drew out here. Get up here, bounce off it, and continue up. If we can get up on this blue line here and start a run off these blue lines I got marked here, so here's my low and here's my highs, I think we could see XYO get back to 2-3 cents. Is it not going to happen right now? It might not happen until late this summer. I'm not looking for a huge, giant recovery of all the alts and all the Bitcoin to start running until we get somewhere, March, April. I mean, depends on when we can come down here and bottom out. Because I don't think bottom's in, like I said. So we're going in what, middle of January. Today is Friday the 13th. So just be cautious. It is Friday. We'll see what happens after the close of today. 10 o'clock my time, so it's 11 o'clock in New York. So we're fixing to go to happy hour in the exchange. What I call happy hour, lunchtime. Once you get past lunchtime, you'll see what happens here on the daily. Then at the 3 o'clock, the close of the bell, is when you start seeing stuff calm down a little bit. So we will pay attention to this later this evening. And let me click over here and see what's happening with Coinbase today. What, you got any big pumpers in Coinbase? FET, F-E-T, keeps, man, that thing just keeps going, doesn't it? I keep hearing everybody talk about it. I haven't really charted it, paid much attention to it. This is the daily chart on FET. Stocks RSI is not maxed out yet. It still has room to go. About another 11% it could go. Wow. Squeeze this up, pull it down. I mean, it's not looking bad. Definitely pretty healthy. Probably has some good news somewhere. You can see the resistance it's hitting right here. Just about right. Just gotta get past this and retest it. Here, I'll draw some lines on it here real quick. Might as well, because people are talking about it, asking about it. Get that numbers right. Go to my settings. Yeah, those are even numbers. So there we go there. There's the top. There's the bottom of this area here. That's going to be the area you want to look for. Let me make sure these numbers are equal here. Settings. Yeah, numbers are same. And I can draw a little box in there if I needed to. But between 3 cents and 3641 is the area that we need to get into this resistance here. So right now we're getting retesting on this right here. That one. Jack color and white. So I'll blow this up. See what we're retesting here. So we already actually didn't retest. We already went through it, came back, retested, and blasting off of it. So this is the area to pay attention to. If FET can get up there to 3 and fight this off and get a retestment inside this box and blast out of this, then retest the top of this, then it's going to continue growing. But that's just going back and looking at the past and what it's doing in the future. This is resistance right now. This right here was resistance. Now it's support. So I think FET looked fairly decent. As I don't get any bad news or any issues, I'll save that. So I have that saved for future uses. BTC and market crash coming. Yeah, I wouldn't say crash. I just think it's just got to come back down. And I agree, Era. Yeah, percentage gain is all that matters. I mean, you got to look at, how you playing the game. Are you playing it for the value of the USD? Are you playing it to gain more tokens? You know, are you playing it for the long run? Depends on your age too. I mean, hey, I'm almost 60 years old. I'm looking for all the gains I can get as fast as I can get them. But if you're 23, 24, 25, in your 30s, you got plenty of time, man. This market's just starting for you guys. This is all fresh and new for you guys. Let me get back over here to Bitcoin. If I had another 30, 40 years to play this market, it's a whole different strategy. But Bitcoin's a final accumulation. I mean, accumulate as much alt as you can to create as much Bitcoin as you can. That's the secret. Profit in alts, send it to Bitcoin. And a lot of people before was asking, and this next bull run, I have a few numbers. Let me see if I can find them here. I have them marked up there. I had them marked at one time. It's up there. No, I don't got them marked. Right here is one of my crosses. I think we'll see 95,000, 495, and I think somewhere between 95 and $120,000 Bitcoin is what we'll see. That's just for the next bull run. I don't, a lot of people are saying, oh, 2030. I would not put a date on $1 million coin. It's going to get there when it gets there. It will get there. The question is when is it going to get there? But I just came here to do a quick update. Didn't know if anybody wanted me to cover any certain coins for them, whether it be Coinbase, Binance. I mean, I don't have a lot. I mean, I do got a lot of coins saved up on over here for Coinbase. You said something about Tonic. What exchange is Tonic on that you're looking at? Because I do have Huobi, KuCoin, um, Binance. I do cover some Bybit. Let's search Tonic here, see where it is. Yeah. TONIC, is that right? TONIC. I'm not seeing it. I mean, Gafalma, Pancake Swap. I'm not cover Pancake Swap stuff. Guys, give me 1 second here. Okay, sorry guys, my wife had some questions for me real quick, and I had to cover that. Lost my train of thoughts here. Well, Godzilla. Um, what exchange is Tonic on? Is it just Pancake Swap? I mean, I don't really cover a lot of Pancake Swap. I do have my own token on Pancake Swap, but I'll cover it if it's in there somewhere. Sorry about that. I got the headphones on because I can hear myself in the background. Okay, man. I mean, I don't have a problem covering anything on here if anybody has any questions. It's been a while since I've done a live stream and got on here and talked to people. Um, I did have some throat surgery. I had double bilateral fusion in my back of my neck. I've been having a lot of issues with it, and still fighting with a lot of numbness between my shoulders, my hands, and they're fixing to put me back on some nerve medication again to try to help that out, along with my physical therapy. But it's taken me about 6 or 7 weeks to get to the sand. I mean, I feel like there's sand in a big marble in my throat when I talk. So I'm constantly trying to clear my throat, having some issues. So I haven't got back to live streaming like I wanted to. I didn't live stream a lot while before my surgery. They had me on a lot of pain meds and nerve medication, and I didn't want to get on here and do chart calling and stuff like that under the influence of medication because I didn't feel like I'd be doing any good service to people when I can't keep focus. So I figured I'd jump back on here today, give it a shot, try to cover it. I'm not under the influence of any medication right now other than some Tylenol. uh, so it's getting better, guys. I'll try to get my channel back to where it was, get myself back in here. Not sure if I want to get back to like a daily thing because I am seeing physical therapists and doctors 3, sometimes 4 times a week. So sometimes I have morning appointments, afternoon appointments, late afternoon appointments, and it's hard to set a schedule when you get all these different doctor's appointments and they turn around and they go, oh, well, we need to change that appointment to this time. It's like extreme I want to do or whatever. So I'm just going to pop in here periodically. I won't say daily. I'm going to try to start doing every other day or so, or every third day. Try to get in here. I got to get the rest of this streaming software set up. I got some other scenes I want to try to clear up in here and make it look good. Do you like the way it looks right now with me in the picture, or you want me to shrink myself out of the picture a ways, get my ugly mug out of the way? Give me some thoughts. Give me some heads up. What kind of content are you looking for? Uh, yeah, I'm easing into it. I am. It's just taking some time. I do chat a lot inside the 24/7 live stream that runs forever. I did get that computer replaced. I do now have a decent sized computer running that. If you notice, there's less downtime. I think that thing's been streaming now for 20 days straight. Hasn't had any hiccups or any issues. I've been slowly searching for music to get some different music on the playlist. And I tell you what, that is so, that drains my brain to sit there and scroll because I like to have music that has vocals in it. I just don't want elevator music playing. And right now I'm going through all of YouTube's creators content back office music that we're allowed to use. I think I have a choice of like 4,700 songs in the playlist right now. And then maybe one out of every 60 or 70 songs I scroll through has lyrics. But those 40, 50, 60 songs that I'm constantly scrolling through because I'm looking for the lyrics, it's like brain deadening. It just takes time to go through them all. But I will get you guys some more music. Hopefully you like it. If not, I'm trying to diversify because there's so many different people around the world with different tastes, whether it be classical, jazz, pop, reggae, rap. And when I do run across the rap, I try to make sure it doesn't have too much foul language in it. So I'm trying to find clean rap. That's hard to do sometimes. Country, I mean, I'm trying to cover every genre for everybody, whether it be India music. So if you hear music on there you don't like, I apologize. But if you listen long enough, you might find something you do like. And it's not prime music that everybody thinks that should be played on there, because YouTube does not allow play music. It has to be non-copyright. It has to be copyright-free music. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you feel that the current playlist is fire, because I worked hard to get what I have on there, and actually, some of that music I actually had to pay a yearly fee to get it, and it was costing me about $200 and something a year for the license for that music. And I haven't renewed that license this year, and now I'm starting to get copyright strikes for it. So I'm frustrated with them, because they say, "Well, once you pay for it and you download it, it's yours to use." Well, I'm not seeing that, because I think about 3 weeks ago, I had 17 copyright strikes pop up, and I had to go contest them all. It just takes more time. It's frustrating, and so I'm getting through it, working on it. There's my work comp nurse calling me. I have to call her back. So we're getting there. I'm getting through my situation, and I like to cover these charts with you guys. So I appreciate everybody coming hanging out here. So keep an eye. 19,427 is going to be a key point for Bitcoin today. We're going to have to get through it. Probably get it to around 19.6, 19.7. Get a retest that 427, and then bounce off of it. If not, we just come up here and get rejected, and we can see ourselves coming back down for the weekend. So possibly see it back down here at 17,900 again. So until then, everybody, I appreciate it. Have a wonderful